Okay, hi everybody, it's Amy at CraftyCat. I give up on technology. I'm so done. I'm sorry to start off like that, but I just want to scream because I'm just trying to get stuff done and I cannot get my Logitech camera to work at all today for some reason, and my son's not here. So I gave up on that and I'm just going to film on my phone for today and then we'll see how it goes. I'm sorry it's been so all over the place, you guys, between the focusing in and out with the focus on the Logitech and then my phone stopping all the time. I don't know. I just don't know. So anyway, we're going to try to have a nice time. And we're going to start by making, finishing this, or maybe not finishing because I don't know. I keep wanting to add stuff to it, so I don't know if it'll get finished. Sorry, I'm looking for a book, a glue book to glue on, and I'm looking everywhere and talking to you at the same time. All right, so anyway, where we got last time, and I don't think I did this part with you. I just added some little collage bits here and a little bit of stamping. There's a number stamp and then my little funny piece of plastic there. And then I think I added that too, and that just came out of a piece of paper, this piece of paper right here, and this is from American Crafts, and I'm pretty sure I got that, it's either Hobby Lobby or Joann, because those are the only two places that I can usually find paper, so it's one of those. You guys might know better than I do. And yeah, I think that was all that I did extra to that, because this is all the same. I did stitch around the card. So what we're going to do today is I took another envelope and I cut it. I took the whole, it was a whole just junk mail envelope. You can see it says close. And I had it this way, and I just traced again my tab here. And then I just cut it. And what we're going to do is just add a little flap that's going to tuck inside of this pocket here. So then this will be able to open and open like that, just for a little extra interest there. My dilemma is I'm not really sure how, because I connect this down here by using that. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this up here. So that's something to think about. I'm wondering if one of these tabs somehow would work up at the top, but I'm not sure how. I just want something so that it's not flapping or anything in the, you know what I mean? In the journal. I don't want it to be a pain. I want it to be something that's, desirable, not irritating. So yeah, okay, let me see. I'm thinking, I wonder if we put one of these tabs. I wonder if you could glue it. That probably wouldn't work. I was thinking if you glued it to the back and glued it together here, but left this unglued, if that would work. I don't like how those letters are upside down, so I think I might turn it this way instead. And this is just a whale tail. And then I'm thinking, will it fit in the journal still? So let me grab that. Oh, I wanted to talk about this really quick because I keep forgetting. Well, not forgetting, but I had somebody ask questions about it and after seeing it a few days ago or whatever. And so what this is, I didn't go through making this whole journal. Let me back out just a little bit more. This whole journal on videos because I've done other things like this before, and I also don't have a way to video at my sewing machine without tearing everything apart, and I just don't have anywhere to hook a camera over there. So anyway, my aunt makes these fabric journals, and what she does is she takes 3 pieces of fabric, and I know a lot of you, this is like rerun, but there's people that don't know, so I just want to make sure everybody knows how this works. There's 3 strips of fabric going this way, 3 strips of fabric going this way. None of it is sewn together. The only thing that's sewn on are, she'll put buttons, or like some of them she has a leaf on the front. Everything else is not sewn so that you can customize it in a way that you like. So what I have done is taken and sewn all three of my pieces together, but I added a piece of batting into as another layer. So mine has 4 layers of fabric. So it's just real soft, like a quilt or something, like a blanket would be. And that's the way I like them. But you can also do things like, you know, cut other pockets into them, which I did do with a fall one of these. This one I've sewn around the whole 3 pieces, you know, added pockets because the pockets aren't there when she makes them. These pockets aren't there. This pocket right here was in this journal, but I added the strip of crochet trim to match the other ones. So you can stitch them any way you want. So I've stitched around this one. I stitched around the central one, but then when I stitched the 2 together, I stitched along here, down here, and across here so that this is opened. And in the past, I have stitched like down here across the bottom and up to the top, and then at the back there's a big pocket. But this time I did it this way so that I could add this little file folder that we're working on right now. So see, I can take this piece of the file folder that folds back and I can just put it in there like that. And that's going to be sort of like my second signature, but instead of stitching it in like this, I'm making it so that you can take it out and, you know, put it in your purse or whatever. It's just going to be removable. So that's what that is. Oh, that's what I want to see, huh? That's why I got this out in the first place. Get talking and forget it. All right, so this is going to go up here, something like this. Yeah, that will still work. Yay. Okay, so that's how I think we'll solve that problem. So anyway, that's what these journals are. They're not completed. They're just the strips of fabric torn so they get the roughly edge. And then you can sew it, cut it, put pockets in it, do whatever you want. You can make it the way you want it. So that's what it is. I'm sorry I didn't do that on camera, and I didn't sew in the signature either because I've got quite a few videos on sewing in signatures, and I did it the exact same way I do with most of my journals. I take the whole signature block, this piece, and I clip it using, I don't have any right here, binder clips. So I'll get all my papers arranged in the right way that I want them. Like, you know, this one's a little bit shorter and I have it sort of in the middle. You can put them up to the top, down to the bottom, however you want if you have different size pieces of paper. Just get everything arranged first. Take it and put it to this, clip it here so that it stays. Then I bring it to my book cradle, which we sell these in my shop. My husband, I kind of told him what I wanted, drew it out, and he designed it so that we could put it on our Glowforge, or not our Glowforge, our 3D printer. So you just take it, set it in there. It's all clipped with your binder clips, and then you poke the hole in the center, the top, an inch down roughly. This one's a lot closer at the top, and then however far up you want from the bottom. And with an awl, so you just have to take an awl, poke the holes, and then, you know, carefully take it off. And you'll take, I use embroidery floss, or not floss, thread. It's for upholstery. It's upholstery thread, not embroidery, upholstery thread. And I just stitch it in using that because it's a lot stronger than like sewing thread. It's for upholstery. So that's how I do it. And I do have videos if you look in my playlist for sewing in signatures, and you'll see I just do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. That's the way I do it. So that's how I put this in. And then like I said, that other piece will be able to be lifted out, or, you know, you can leave it in there. You don't have to take it out if you don't want to. So that's that. I just wanted to explain that because I had a very nice lady who said she wanted to watch all the videos on how I constructed the journal. And really mostly what I've done is the ephemera on camera. I haven't done a lot with the construction of that journal. So apologize for that. But anyhow, so this is what we're going to do today. So we'll be covering that envelope. I know I'm not going to get very far if I keep adding envelopes on the front, huh? It's just fun to have something different, you know? I get real bored with all of it if I do the same thing all the time. So I think what I'll do is attach that. Oh, but I was going to have that come all the way flip open this way, so I will have to attach it to this. So it will attach just to one. Not if I do both, those will be glued together. So I just want one, and I'm going to attach that whole back side with glue, and then I'm going to just do the top portion of this, and then this part will be free so that I can open and close my little flippy do while there. So I'm going to use some art glitter glue because I want it good and stuck, you know. So how y'all doing? Sorry for all that wow and craziness, but it's been a day. It's been a day with the tech is killing me, and I couldn't get my latest digital up on Etsy, so that's angering me. I'm just having technology issues, and it's really irritating. Everybody says, oh, technology makes your life easier. I don't really feel like it's ever really made my life easier. Yes, there are some things that are convenient at times if they work, but for the most part, I feel like all I do all day is futz around trying to get stuff to work, and that is aggravating. Okay, I'll get off my soapbox now. All right, I think that will work good. So let's just let that dry. So I just didn't put glue on that little bottom, just that part. Okay. All right, so let's get this covered somehow. I don't know, maybe it would be fun to use some of those numbers again, just to have a little bit of interest there, right? I mean, I'll collage it, so it's going to have bits of stuff basically, but I seem to be jiggling the camera a lot today, and I'm not sure why that is, because it's not a different setup than I used to have. Maybe it always jiggled a lot and I just never paid attention. That's possible. Okay, so what I think I'm going to have to do, instead of just tearing it like I was going to, is I'm going to have to do this and trace this. And I'm not going to even attempt to, you know, cut the window out and do all that stuff, because this is not a number 10 window envelope, so like I don't have one that'll work for this, unfortunately. What do I do with my little pencil? So yeah, hope you're all well and staying warm if you're in a cold place, and cool if you're in a warm place. I know it's hot like in Australia right now, but here it's been pretty much 11 to 17 degrees in the morning. I can't remember who I was watching. Somebody in Australia yesterday, and she was talking about how blazing hot it is. And I just thought, oh, right now I think I could go for some hot. And I don't love the hot either, so like I totally get that that's not fun. I'm sorry, I'm just struggling with this because it's not square, of course. And I need it to be square. I'm just going to do the whole thing, even though I probably will not end up using that. All. So yeah, I could like some hot right about now. I know I get sick of that too, so you know, never happy, right? I'm just gonna cut. I don't really care because I'll probably end up tearing it and doing whatever. But I just want it roughly the size of that. So yeah, and sorry to everybody who lost for football games, and congratulations to those teams who won, depending on who your team was. I don't really watch that much anymore. I used to, but yeah, sort of got angry with the whole thing, and so I really don't watch much anymore, but my husband still watches it. But yeah, I know my friend Denise was talking about going to the Super Bowl if the Chiefs were going, but they're not going, so. Oh, I'm such an idiot. You guys were probably yelling at me that that wasn't going to work, huh? I could put it on the back side, I guess, huh? Yeah, that's what I'll do. Then I won't be able to write there, but maybe we'll just put a little piece of paper there to write. Oh my goodness, maybe I just need to stop for the day. It's one of those days. I'm telling you, it gets me all discombobulated when that technology stuff doesn't work. I just get, just frazzled entirely, and then I cannot think. Do you guys get like that, or is it just me being crazy like I am? What did I do with, for some reason that tag was out, or journaling card was out. But yeah, it just makes me completely, and I was trying to have my son help me do it just because I think he's at lunch right now at school. But anyways, but you know, he can't. It's like, never mind, I'll just use my phone. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'll just use my phone. Poor kid. He's probably like, she drives me crazy. That's probably why he wants to go away to college. Because I'm always there, and help me. His sister does the same thing, so I don't feel that bad. I just don't know what it is. I swear it's the estrogen. Anybody with estrogen that touches a computer, it just frazzles it. I don't know why. He's starting to swear by that too. He used to just laugh at me when I would say that, but now he's like, yeah, I think you might be right. Like, yeah, I'm telling you, it's a thing. It is a thing. And I think we dislike them as much as they dislike us. So it's like this mutual hatred. I love it when it works because it's great. But when it doesn't, which seems to be more of the time than the other, it's very frustrating. So I don't have that great of cat stories. I still just have my Pasha, who's my Persian, who all he wants to do is watch bird TV. So we've started in the morning because my husband the other morning just looked at me because he sat down on the couch to eat his cereal, and the cat was sitting up there and right smack in the middle of the television. And he just looked at me and went, maybe soon he'll want to go outside. I'm like, yeah, well, that's what he wants. But every time I open the door, you know, it's 11 degrees. He's like, I think I'll pass on that. Even though he's got enough fur to probably be fine out there, but he's kind of a sissy. So anyways, he just keeps looking at me like, Mom, can you do something about the temperature out there? It's like, yeah, I would, there, or Pasha, but it unfortunately is not me that controls that. So anyways, he's not happy about it. Oh, I should have put my little, I was going to do coffee stained paper to hook this on. Oh well, it's gonna end up being an eyesore, I guess, at the back. Okay, got all my little bits off, so let me put that on now before I forget again. I'll tear the edge or something just so that it'll at least look semi okay. So I'm just going to tear a piece of coffee dyed paper, and it will become my hinge to hinge onto the other envelope. That's if I can actually get this to work. Do you see how curved that piece of coffee dye is? Just from coffee dyeing it. Isn't that crazy? That is wacky. I don't want it totally wonky. That's crazy. Okay, we'll see if we can get a semi-decent fold of paper here. As I've said before, some days doesn't pay to get out of bed, which seems to be a lot lately. You guys are like, you say that every video. It's like, yeah, it's sad, right? Okay, I just need a piece long enough for this. Which it's long enough, yay. All right. I ordered myself some arthritis scissors because my thumb, I'm about ready to chop it off, I'm telling you. My son's like, what are you going to do about that? I'm like, I don't know. Probably have to have surgery on it, and I really don't want to do that. But I don't know what else to do because it's just getting beyond uncomfortable. And I know, there's a lot of us. I started using Aspercream, though. Or not Aspercream, what's it called? I don't know why my computer just did that. Hempvana. I'm going to try that and see if that works. Because I do like CBD oil. That does work pretty good. I don't take any of that stuff that you have to like ingest, but I will do the topical because it does help. It really, really does. But yeah, there's no stopping it really, because I've had people say, do you have anything that makes the pain stop for that? And it's like, no. Stop using it. However you're using it, that's usually what, people say, but unfortunately we can't really always do that. You know what it is? There's that. It's glued up at the top, so we're just going to have to make it not quite as long, I think. It's going to have to come down to about there, I feel like. So it'll be a little bit shorter, but that's okay. It's not a big thing. But yeah, that's a problem when you're doing paper crafting all the time. It's holding all the little bitty stuff is what causes that to happen. That pain right here. And of course, the cutting and the tearing and just all of it is no good on those joints. I know I'm sticking this back in here, but I need to ink this on this side because it is going to go on that. So let's see, it's going to glue so the inside is the part that needs it. And you can kind of see my fold right there. I didn't push it all the way in. Well, one, I couldn't really get it in there. And two, you kind of want at least a little bit of that gusset. I could go around the front, couldn't I? Should I go around the front? Just to make it so you don't see it as much. And then when we cover this, it'll get covered. Yeah, let's do that. It'll look a little bit better that way. Sorry if you hear my stomach. I don't know why it's grumbling and rumbling. I just ate. That's probably why. But it's not hungry. It's just complaining. It's a nice part about coffee dyed paper. It becomes very malleable. You can kind of get it to go just how you want it, I find. Okay, so that is that. We didn't glue this pocket shut or anything, did we? No. So this guy can go back in there. What's it stuck on? Okay. And then the thing is, I kind of want that to be a writing spot, but it's the window right there. So I feel like there should be something kind of cool to look at, right? wonder what this would look like. Would this look good? That's a piece of my, that wouldn't be awful. And you kind of could still write on that. That's a piece of that. Oh, you know what we could use? I made whole pages of it like this because I liked it and wanted to use it more in this journal. So I did these ones and these ones, and then I photocopied it. So now I've got copies of it that I could use. So I could use a piece of this one in a little bit more of a plain, like maybe this side where the colors are lighter, so you could actually write across that. Might work. Okay. Probably should. I somehow printed it with the borders on. So yeah, tomorrow I'll be showing my new digital. It's called Wee Fairy Folk. WEE, like tiny. Wee Fairy Folk. Or nope, wrong. Wee Forest Folk. Because there aren't just fairies. That's why. I was originally going to call it Wee Fairy Folk, but it's Wee Forest Folk. Because it's more than just fairies. And there's mushrooms and all kinds of funness. So I guess I can show it to you now, huh? I'll show it again. But anyhow, this is the first page. Wee Forest Folk. And the second page. So a lot of times, like I did the fairies or whatever on there, and then the next page won't. It'll just be so you can write, you know, and I left spots to write. And these are the old frames that my sister gave me, but I did all kinds of stuff to them to make them look sort of foresty or whatever. That one. And then there's this one, the dragonfly. And then this one with the little fairy girl there. I have that one. And that's the mushroom that I used in the Marguerite Miller Collage Challenge. Both of those are. So I just, you know, shrunk them down, scanned them and shrunk them down to go on the pages. And then this one has the fairy standing there and these little, I think you call these guys nymphs, but I'm not really sure. They're the ones without the wings, but they're tiny little people. This one and these two came from this old, it was called, what was that called? It was an old magazine from the 20s. But anyway, the pages were in like a book page color with just, you know, like the writing would be, there was no color to them is what I'm trying to say. And they were so faded you could hardly see them, but there was this paper doll and she had different dresses that you could trade out onto her. So that's where I got the images from here and these ones. But then I redid them, redrew them, and put clothes on them, different clothes with color and all that. So it was a job. It's taken me a while. And this guy too, this gnome here was in there. But then these ones are ones that I've either found on public domain and redone, sort of the same thing on just from book page, like children's books. And then these are all my mushrooms that you guys have seen me do, but I'll be doing more with mushrooms. I had a request for more mushroom ephemera, and because of this, I will definitely be doing more of that. And then this page, just very lightly, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the screen here, but there's mushrooms and everything here in the frames. It's just super subdued so that you could back pages or back things with this one. More like a coffee dyed page, but you know, you can see a little script on them and stuff like that. Just super lightened version. And then I drew out all the fairies or things so that you can cut them out, like the this little gal gnome or whatever. Cut them all out and use them however you like on the ephemera. And then this is some of the ephemera, like a bingo card. Oh, I did scan the mushroom that I did, that first one on that book cover. So it's in there just as a little piece of ephemera. But yeah, that's an ephemera page. And then I did these new little envelopes So the idea here is you take, you know, this part after you've printed it out, cut it out, you take this part and you put it up here, fold the little tabs under, and then it's just like an envelope, but it's opened, kind of like the one we did for the Valentine's papers, where I left the flap open. Same idea. And then there's just a big pocket, a really big pocket. And then we have mushrooms, a whole page of different size mushrooms to use on your ephemera. And there's a CD cover, or you can just turn it into your own CD pocket. You don't even have to cover it over another one. You can just cut out the paper here, add some whatever transparent type paper you want there, fold it up, and you'll have a CD envelope. And the same with this. You can either put it over the top of number 10 window envelopes, or you can just make your own thing. And I did do the ephemera piece in this journal that I'll show you guys just as a quick reminder that I did. This one. So I used that same, where's the other side? See, so the windows on either side, and there is a video on that piece, and that's just the one sheet of paper, just like the one in that. So you can use it like that, and that's just some tracing paper in the window there. So that is in that kit. This is all one kit. There's 20 pages. There's tags and journaling cards to go like in the little envelope or pocket, and there's this page too. So yeah, there's lots of fun to have with that, I think. I hope you guys like it, because I worked on that for close to 3 months total, with just getting the idea, and then it just, you know, kind of goes from there. But yeah, so let's see, what do we need? We should probably figure that out, huh? I really stink at this some days. We're gonna have to trace that again. So I want it like this. So I'm going to actually trace the right direction so that maybe I don't have that mess, huh? Like I had last time. But yeah, I really enjoyed making that. And I have had that paper doll, that one that I showed you, for ages, and been racking my brain on how I wanted to use it, because I wanted to use it. It was getting to the point where you couldn't even hardly see it on the page. And I'll try to dig that up for Friday's video to show you guys what the original looked like. And then it just came to me, you know, to do it that way. But yeah, I really like the way it came out, and I love the frames, even though it's not like, you know, what you would normally think of. Obviously there's no frames, just in the forest, but I just like stuff like that. I don't know why, but that's just kind of my style. So I like things that don't necessarily go together. I like to put them together. So yeah, I think that'll be cool. And you won't see all of it, but at least it's something sort of to see through there. But I think you could still write and it would work. See what I'm saying? But yeah, that was super fun to do. And I really like the way the fairies and the gnomes and all of it came out. It was just sad to see how faded that was, and think, you know, those images are going to be just gone completely. I mean, I'm sure there's more of those little Wee Folk. It was WEE Folk magazine, and it was a children's magazine with, you know, stories and activities and stuff like that in it. And there's probably more of them floating around that are in better condition. That's very possible, but I didn't want to lose that image. I just loved those little paper dolls. So that's what I did. I think that particular one was from 1920. Like, so isn't that crazy? Over 100 years ago? Oh my gosh. So nuts when you think about it like that. So yeah, but it was fun. I could do one of these books, maybe. I kind of like doing just sort of randomness. I kind of like the idea of, there's not enough of that. But I'm very excited about it, if you can't tell. Because I was going to wait till tomorrow to show you guys, but I was like, no, gotta show you now. I'll probably show it again, because a lot of people may miss it. Just trying to get this to go all the way down the line there. Okay. And I just want a strip of it. So yeah, somebody was like, will you please do more mushroom ephemera? And it's like, oh yeah, we got lots of mushroom ephemera coming. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do yet, but I want something. You know, I want to do something with that digi, because I love those mushrooms. So funny how that whole thing just got me going, that seeing Louisa make those little mushrooms with the circle punch, you know, it just got me going, which is the way it goes sometimes, right? It's just the way it goes. Yeah, I don't want to cover that completely, and I'm going to add some gold, of course. I do need to go around the window on the inside. You could add a pocket. That would be another fun thing to do. And then you could have a tag to write on too. That might be a better idea. I should probably put this first. It's like when I was doing my collage. What do I put first? What's next? Getting dingier by the day. And that punch I just got on Amazon. Not sure who. EK Success makes that. I like that one. I'm not going to cover this entirely because I do like the coffee dye a lot. Might do some spattering or something though. I think I will. I just want to kind of cover that a little because I am going to do some spattering. And I don't want the spatters on the all over the window. I mean, if a little bit gets on there, it's not a big deal, but you know what it needs? It needs inked. I'm like, what is it missing? Yeah, I really liked that finger painting. I never would have imagined because, you know, that's just not normally something I would do, but it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and I really love the some of those designs to just use in backgrounds and stuff. They're just kind of fun. I mean, not like they're Picasso or anything, but they're just fun. I just like it. It was great. Great idea. I'm going to put a little bit of... Luckily, this gold paint is very similar to my gold ink. And I got this gold watercolor at Hobby Lobby. And wherever I get it is fine. Other than I didn't want it on the plastic part. Okay. I'm going to have to go into the inside too, huh? Otherwise it's not going to have any. Just going to hold on to these parts. Come on now. It's wanting to just do water. Okay. I don't know why it's doing that. Just to be annoying, pretty much. Oh my gosh, we're already at 41 minutes. I'm sorry, you guys. I have jabbered and done everything but get anything done today, haven't I? Oh boy, it'll all get there someday, I guess. Hopefully you can forgive me. All my ranting and raving and everything else today has been a little wow, I know. Just trying to give it some room to dry a little bit. Okay. So that's kind of, I mean, I'll do some stamping on there too, but let's figure out how we want to cover this inside part. And I think I'm probably going to just sort of collage on there. And we could use this little piece because it actually looks pretty good. It's just from one of my old paper digis. And I think I'll just kind of put it on there and then I will cut it to size. Just trim around it. Yeah, I have a couple of digital downloads that are just called Old Paper, Volume 1 and 2 or whatever. And they just have kind of coffee dye, good background type pieces. Luckily with watercolor, it dries pretty fast, especially just a little bit like that. It's not too wet too long. This I will want to cover all the way because I don't want to see the coals. Not advertising for coals. My hands. This, of course, would be easier to do with a blade, I'm sure. This is the only problem with envelopes is the trying to cover them thing. So if you don't have to cover them at all, that's the best. Like the big one, I didn't have to cover a bunch, so that was nice. I inked that and then I cut it all apart. Okay. All right, what else do we want to put in there? Let us see. I'm going to tear it close to the letters here, and just do a strip. About like that, it looks like. And I'll probably fold it a little into the seam or the like spine of that, just so that it covers all the coals all over the place. Yeah, that will work. glue that to the bottom, and I'll trim it at the top to the right size so I don't do it too short and then see all the pattern. So what have you guys been up to? Anything exciting? It's kind of that time of the year where I think we don't always do very exciting things because it's bad weather or whatever. Okay, just like that, and I'm going to try to let that dry as much as possible before I close it. I say, and then start to close it. It is much easier when you don't have to cover it entirely. But this one needs it. Let's use some blue. Just need a little bit, don't I? Just need some kind of strips. I did not do it wide enough. If you measure stuff, you'll be a lot better off. I just can't ever convince myself of that. So hence I end up doing things twice, right? Where'd it go? Kind of a mess today. I'm telling you, that whole messed up technology thing just really screws with me. It just makes me cuckoo. Cuckoo. And see, this is the part I don't like. That won't work. That's what I don't like about the window envelopes. I'm gonna have to trim it up at the top. I prefer it to hang over because, see, I don't like that either, but I definitely don't like seeing all of that hanging out there. Okay, I'll get it in a minute. Sorry it's so crinkly. I know that drives some people crazy. That's the same dictionary. Oh, my friend Gloria was asking me where I got the Braille, and I got it in Happy Meal, Gloria, so all I can say is maybe, you know, check like Etsy and stuff like that. See if anybody's, I'm sure somebody's got some on there, I would imagine. And I'm almost out of the Braille. I'm going to have to go hunting for it as well, so. But yeah, I don't know where else you would find it. I don't know how hard or easy it is to find. I've never seen it, like when I go to antique stores or whatever. I don't ever see it. I don't find the piano rolls either, though, and I know a lot of people are able to find those. But kind of boring finds around here. I mean, every once in a while I find something really cool, but it's few and far between, it seems. I think I cut the corner of the envelope. I love these tiny scissors. They're a savior for stuff like that. Okay, and just that little bit down there, and then I'll clip that up there. We could just kind of go with these numbers right here. They're going to hang over too, though, so I got to bring them all the way down here. My hair is flipped like at the ends. It does all kinds of crazy things, but it's flipped up sort of, and it keeps tickling my lip. It's driving me crazy. I keep itching my lip thinking there's something that on it, and it's just that my hair is flipped up and bugging me. Having a day. Yeah, I don't like that particularly, but I guess I'm gonna have to live with it. The only way to remedy that is then to go around this side, but then the problem is you just keep having the same problem on one side or the other, so I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. It's just the way of it. I'm going to clean that up with a blade later, I think, because I cannot get close enough to it. It's a bugging me. Better. I should probably use a blade all the time. I don't know why I don't. It works better. Okay. So now, will this go under here? That's the next thing. Sometimes you just gotta manhandle it until it fits the way you want it. Squeeze it, squash it, and make it fit, right? Okay, so the next thing I want to do, but I'm not going to do it today because you guys probably have had enough of me, but I'm going to put this pocket here, and this is one of those food bag, you know, when you go to get food and they have your fork and knife and spoon or whatever in these little bags. That's what this is. And I've just folded up the bottom of the bag, cut it off, cut it at the top too, so that the whole thing opens, and it's like a big tube now. And then you've got a pocket here, maybe if you can get your hand in there, pocket there, and then a pocket up at the top. So that'll go right there after I cover it. So I might go ahead and do that today, just so this whole flap is done, and then I'll sew in this part with you guys so that you can at least see that. So sorry if that was a bit painful today, and I'm sorry for the ranting. And I will see you guys again tomorrow. Tomorrow I am going to be doing a 5 item challenge with Tammy from Lou Frou Frou, I believe is how she says it. Lou Frou Frou, Lou Frou Frou. And I'll leave her channel, her YouTube channel name in the description box below that video. But I got her little package with the 5 things, and I haven't opened it yet, but I'll do that on camera tomorrow, and then we'll make something using that. So that's what I'll do for my ephemera day. Let's really quick stamp this and stuff so you guys can kind of just see how I've been doing that. I might even take a little bit of this with my finger and just sort of, I like the gold added. Let's put a little on here too. Get my gold finger name back. Okay, and then I've got my numbers just however you want. This thing is super cool, highly recommend. And I got it at Staples, where their date stamps and all that stuff is. I'm going to do a fraction in there just to see what that looks like. See, that looks cool. I don't know why I like stuff like that. I just have a thing for numbers. I don't know. You'd think I wouldn't, because I can't do math to save my life, but I sure like them artistically speaking. You can have them for everything else, but I do like them for this. I'm going to try to get better at finishing something, you know, because I keep, I turn off the camera and I'm like, oh, I should stamp that or whatever, and then I stamp it. I'm going to try to get better about doing that so that you guys can see me do it and know what I did. So there is that. And that is done for now. And I really like how this is coming out. Very interesting. All right. I hope you guys like that. I hope you have an awesome day, and we will see you tomorrow. I love you guys. Bye.